right. Let's get the camera set up right here, and then we can get started. There we go. Let me see. We'll get started here in just a minute. Let me get the camera set up correct. It might be a little bit too high up, so let's drop it down just a little bit. Not too low, because then it'll hit me in the face. And we'll get over the shoulder. All right, I think we're good to go. Welcome to, what is this show? This is the Mythology Madness show. And today we are going to be working on, tilt that down just a little bit. Oh, that's too much. Let me fix the camera again, since I just messed it up as soon as I did it. But we're going to be working on designing a Gorgon today. Some people know what a Gorgon is, some people don't. Well, Medusa is a Gorgon. She's a specific Gorgon. And that's what we're going to be designing today, is a Gorgon. And Medusa and her two sisters are Gorgons. All right, there we go. I think we're good to go now. Perfect. So Medusa, and her sisters, who are Gorgons, are beautiful women who were cursed by Athena. And so what we want to do is design a beautiful woman with a head of snakes instead of hair. And I'm going to try to come up with something a little bit different than what's been seen before. Although there's only so many ways to draw a woman with hair of snakes, but we're going to see what we can do. Now, she's a beautiful woman, which is the reason why Poseidon wanted to better. And that's not Better, but Bedher, bed her. And so we don't want to lose out on the fact that Medusa and her sisters, the Gorgon, which I'll refer to them as, are beautiful and sexy. So we're going to start off with that premise, and then we're going to monsterize it. So I've got a few references that I'm going to try to work off of, and try to come up with something that I like. Although I'm really, honestly, not really sure how it's gonna be. I don't know. Right now, I'm just gonna start off doodling until I find something that strikes my fancy, and then from there we'll do a more defined sketch, and then from there we'll go and put it on our board. We'll put the sketch on board. So, if we come over with a side view, maybe a little head tilt like that, and then, hair over the shoulder like that. I like that one. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to go profile or landscape with the painting. We will be putting it on a 9 by 12 canvas board once we come up with the design that we like. It's a 9 by 12, 100% cotton. It's primed and ready to get busy on. So this one's kind of cool. Kind of looking out over us. Hair flowing more over to this side, and then a little over to this side, and then we bring some of the snakes up like that. I kind of dig it. Another option is that shift head to the side. With the hair wrapped around this way, and then big flow to the side. This one will go with a more straight on look. And this wraps around and flows down. And then the snake heads will come out with a few this way. I kind of dig that. For the next one, we're going to go with the over the shoulder. Look behind. So we'll actually be looking from the rear. And on this one, the hair would come over, maybe wrapped around this way, and then flow down. And then most of it coming down the back side like this. And then the snakes would come out like that. I kind of like that one too. I think that one would be a good one. For the next one, it's a over the shoulder front view. Kind of straight on. But on this one, we tie the snakes up in like a bun on the top and then bring the snakes out. That one's kind of cool. And for the next one, we're looking at a straight on shot. And on this one, they're up and then they come around both sides. Tied up almost like a ponytail, but a super long ponytail. that ends in snake heads, looped around to the front. And on the next one, we got the head tilt back. Over the shoulder. And the hair falls down the back, as well as loops over, framing the face and snake heads. And then on the last one, we go with the complete side view. And we go with the snake's almost like a headdress and then wrapped around the arm. Ooh, I kind of dig that, actually. Oh, wow. I think those are all good options. Wow. Okay, I got to try to narrow this down. So we got 7 good options for our Gorgon. I kind of like this side view that really focuses on the hair and it comes down the back nice and full, and then the snakes wrap around the arm. So I do like this one. And then where they're tied up in a bun, I'm not super crazy about that one. This one with the back view over the shoulder, I kind of dig this one. This one where they're kind of up in a ponytail and coming over the front, I'm not digging it. This one where it's a front view over the shoulder, I like. This one where it's kind of head tilt to the side, I like it. I like it more than this one. So I like this one. And I like this one. All right, so those are 4 good options right there. This one is head tilt to the side, over the shoulder back view, over the shoulder front view or side view, and this one's full side view. I'm really kind of digging this one right here. This one seems very interesting, but I also like that over the shoulder sexy view. I like the back over the shoulder more than the front over the shoulder. And I still like this one. And I like both of those more than that one. So those are the 2 options. All right, so I'm going to do a little more refined sketch of those 2, and then I'll decide which one is going to be my Gorgon. So this one is a rear shot, over the shoulder rear shot, and this one is a complete side view shot, which I'm for some reason I'm really kind of digging that one. But let's start off with this one here. So we would have our Gorgon. And we're looking at her over the back. And I'm not really trying to capture the face just yet. But I'm looking at her over the back, over that shoulder. And we can even show part of the breast. And then the hair. The hair is going to kind of come up. And then this section of the hair comes over like this. And then there's hair that droops down here. And then this section of the hair comes down the back. Sorry for not talking too much. I'm really kind of trying to think through what that's going to look like and which one of these is going to be best. And then, so these are snake heads or snakes, and those are snakes. And then these are snakes. And then there's a snake wrapped around their way. And then I would come up with a snake head like that. I'd wrap around a snake head like that. Break out some snake heads like that. This loops up into snake heads. And then these loop around into snake heads. Keeping her sexy. And a little bit monstrous. I like it. I like that one. The trick would be getting enough snake heads in there. Maybe even curl one around the back like that. That one's pretty cool. What's up, Kingdom of Comics? Sitting here trying to design the Gorgon before we get to sketching it on the board. I came up with 7 designs. I've narrowed it down to 2. I'm doing a tighter sketch of the 2 options. I just finished this one, and then I've got one more sketch, and then I'm going to make a decision. And on this next one, we're going to go with a nice side view. A full side view. How are you all doing tonight? I want to thank everybody for stopping by. For those that have chosen to stop by and say hello. We have to make sure that we keep the beauty. And on this one, the hair is almost kind of in layers. Mm. I hear you. There's actually been a lot of good stuff I've been watching on YouTube lately. Um, I'm turning into a YouTube junkie at night before I go to bed. I like this one because I can wrap that last snake around the shoulder. Although this one I can wrap that snake around the shoulder too. And then as each of these layers come out, I can put a snake. And then I can even bring some around like that. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And this is A and B. All right. Wow, that's kind of a tough decision. So let's see if we can get some focus in on the, man, my lights. Well, I guess the tan paper doesn't help either. So on this one, we got the side view over the shoulder from the back. And we got the snake hair draped over. And on this one, we go with the complete side view with a nice layered look. Oh man, I may wind up doing 2 Gorgons. I don't know. There's no reason not to do both. What's tickling your fancy, A or B? It is pixelated. I think the gray is really kind of messing it up. I'm really digging A myself. I think B may be a second choice, and I might do both. There were 3 Gorgon sisters, so it wouldn't hurt to do all 3. And if I did 3, I could do 1, 2, and then one of these would be 3. So I might do all 3 sisters, but I am going to start with A. Choose A. Oh, I have a poor connection? Oh. Oh, it is very pixelated. Wow. Why do I have a poor connection? I don't know. Internet's up. Let me check. Battery's charged, plugged in. Good Wi-Fi connection. Well, hopefully it clears up. If not, well, hopefully it'll clear up by next time. Or maybe it's just pixelated on the live and the restream on YouTube will be nice and clear. So I really wanted to do this way, but I don't think that's going to work. But if I go portrait, it's not going to leave a lot of room for the snake heads. I think they'll be cut off too much because I want to make them loop around. So I think I'm going to have to go this way because I really want to focus on the snake heads. So I just may not be able to get in as much breast action as I want to. And we love breast action. But let's see what we can do. All right. Super long day at work, exhausting long day at work. So we may just go with a nice tight sketch tonight and paint next time. Plus the connection isn't super great. I figured out if I take some tape like that, that keeps this above the chat. But then I can't, if I tape it down, I can't maneuver it. So I'm just going to try to keep it up here as I sketch. And I do want a little nod of the head. Neck, shoulder, breast. That's too small. I can go bigger than that. Once I get the hair proportion right to max out the real estate, the rest of it will be pretty good. Because I do want to focus on her face. The Gorgon are beautiful. They're just cursed. So we want to show the beauty as well as the monstrous. All right, I think that's a better, there we go. That's good right there. And yeah, I like that. So what about the Gorgon? What about Medusa and her two sisters? What about Poseidon? Did I hear that a location tomorrow was narrowed down? No, I did not. And I'm not sure what location. Is this the B-dubs? Did something change? Because I thought that piece of it had been worked out. Yeah. Yep, I got that part of it. Yep. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll probably pick up Ames so she has a ride, because I don't know if Ted's going to make it. Give her a nice soft jaw. Might need to push that ear back just a little more. I really should have sketched this out on regular paper and then transferred it over. But hey, that's all right. And we do want to show a little breast action. Maybe even a little nipple action, maybe. Breast and nipple. Yes, it was Athena. She was pissed off at Poseidon, and she victim blamed, right? Poseidon didn't court her. He took her and he took her in the temple of Athena and pretty much raped her. And so Athena cursed her and her two sisters. Now, depending on where you sit in the story, I believe she had two brothers as well that were also cursed. They weren't called Gorgons, though. They were called like Nanas or Nanas or something like that. Right, exactly. She was like, the only reason this happened is because I'm more beautiful than you. And if you were, basically, if you were better, then your man wouldn't have came looking for me. And that just pissed off Athena. Plus, it was in Athena's temple. Like, you're gonna do this and you're gonna do it in my house? Oh, hell no. So, that was bad mojo from the beginning. I like that over the shoulder look. The Naga. Yeah, that's what it was. The Naga. So depending on what do you think? All right, I like this. I can dig it. All right, hair. Hair is always hard for me. So this has to look, oh, it doesn't have to. I want it to look like hair that has turned to snakes, but I want it to be beautiful hair. So what I did was I pulled some references of women with locks and how the locks kind of start off and then they flow into the braid and then flow into the snake head. I think that'll be a cool look like that. Bro, man, RN, been a while. How you doing? We're designing some Gorgon here, working on our mythological madness. All right, I think this is going to be pretty cool. Is it still pixelated or is it clearing up a little bit? I'm good. How you been? Are you ready for holiday season there? Got any good, cool plans? And then this, I want to loop it. I think women with locks are absolutely beautiful. Not just braids, but with actual locks. I think it's a beautiful look. And so that's why I want to kind of make the snakes look like locks. Because when I imagine her, that's kind of what I think. I think of beautiful woman locked out. Because if you just, and this is the way I picture a Gorgon, is until it's revealed that she's a Gorgon, you would just look and just be enticed like, wow, that's a beautiful woman. More beautiful than Athena, right? That's the whole point. I'm more beautiful than Athena. So it has to have that look of gorgeousness, basically. And then in my world, they're not always hideous to look at. Like they kind of control it to some extent, with the understanding that it would be dumb to look at them. But you would be, if they were just hideous, then you wouldn't even be tempted to look at them, right? They're beautiful in the fact that it's tempting to look at them. So you have to remember that. And I think a lot of times when you see them, or at least when I see them, they're just always hideous. And I'm like, well, if they're hideous, you wouldn't be tempted. They wouldn't turn anybody to stone. So if you were looking at a woman who was just locked out, beautiful body, sensuous, and tempting, then you'd be like, ooh, I want to get a better look. And that's when you would get the stone treatment. A little ASMR on the canvas board. So has the pixelation cleared up? Was it just because of the tan canvas that it was kind of messing up? Maybe bring one out toward the viewer. Make this one a close-up snake head coming out toward the viewer. And use them snakes to frame the face and keep the face as the focal point. All right, cool. The other thing I've always wondered is how many snakes is enough snakes? And how many snakes is too much snakes? I'm glad I did this in landscape mode because I can really make those snakes kind of spread out. And I'm going with kind of a triangle motif, showing those angles, giving it a little bit more sense of danger without you actually knowing it. Sneaking it in, sneaking the danger in on you through the composition. Oh, shoot. Art in this thing. I'm really enjoying this one so far. I think this was a good choice to go with as far as the sketch, as far as the composition. Get this guy coming at us. Nice triangle motif, composition, some good balance with the hair design. Again, I want to thank everybody for stopping by, even if it's just for a little while. We are designing a Gorgon to be painted. And now I like the composition. Got a little sexy in there. Got some breast action. Got some nipple action. Got the sexy shoulder going on. The over the shoulder look. Now let's get some snake tongues out. Some of them gotta have their tongue out. And now let's see what we can do to make her beautiful. And then we'll take that beauty and try to make it a little hideous in a couple of ways. All right, we'll go to a more detailed. Let me see if I got So we finished the Minotaur last week. We tightened up our Pegasus, which it's kind of fortuitous. The Pegasus was birthed from Medusa, right? When Perseus cut off the head of Medusa, was not the Pegasus born, if I'm not mistaken? Oh, I can put some little tiny snake heads in here too, like baby hairs. Who knows about the baby hair on women? Who's heard of the baby hairs? I've got to do this sketch so that it's ready for painting versus a drawing or inking. So it's going to be tiled out a lot. That's wrong. It's a little bit off. Nah. The nose should be kind of down here. And then the ball of the nose would be like that. That's would be the nose. And that's proportional, so everything else should fall into place from there. I can actually bring the nostril down just a bit. This eye, it's too high. So taking a beautiful woman and making her seem hideous at the same time, which could be said for any woman at any time. To be honest, they're all vicious. So it's kind of like, okay, what's that turning point where your woman turns to? So if I do like one side of her face normal and one side of her face monstrous, in real, right? But isn't but what? But but I thought the Pegasus was born out of Medusa when she was killed. Is that not correct? I don't really know. I don't remember who captured, but I thought the birth of the Pegasus came from Medusa. I wonder if her eyebrows should be snakes. That may be a little bit too much. That may be just a tad bit too much. Where's my detailed eraser? Yeah, Poseidon impregnated her, and they had a Pegasus. Poseidon also is the father of the Minotaur. The Minotaur was gifted, or not the Minotaur. King Minos was gifted a beautiful bull, and his wife bedded the bull and birthed a Minotaur. But the bull was a gift from Poseidon. Poseidon's just full of ass. If I'm not mistaken, he's the one that gave Zeus the most problems too. So a lot of people, and this may be something to, a lot of people think Zeus was the most powerful of the Olympians, and he's not. He's just the most ambitious, the most violent, the most, I don't give a damn, but he's not the most powerful of the Olympians. It's just that the others are like, yeah, whatever, man. You want to run shit, go ahead and run shit. Ain't nobody gonna argue with you over that crap. And he wanted the power. He wanted to be in charge. Yeah, there's if I'm not mistaken, Zeus is like number 3 as most powerful. I think 2 of the brothers and 1 of the sisters are more powerful. They just they weren't as power hungry and narcissistic, and I have to run all shit, as he was. And he was just like, yeah, I wanted, and then, he was a hoe, right? I mean, Zeus came down and he was knocking boots with mortals left and right. He was like, man, I need to get me some more of that stuff. He was always down here with the mortals doing their thing, doing his thing, I should say. All right. Does she look beautiful? That beautiful enough? Oh, it is very pixelated. Oh my God. The reception is horrible. Yeah, he's the one that led them against the Titan. He's the one that decided to imprison the Titans. You know, mom and dad and all the aunts and uncles. He's like, hey, you all get your old ass in jail. We're running shit now. It's like, what? So now that I've got a little bit of beauty in her, I mean, that looks like somebody you would be tempted to look at. Um, but we need to make her a little monstrous. Yeah, he pulled him out of because Kronos was eating all the kids because he was also power hungry. Yeah, we don't need these little young whippersnappers growing up trying to take over shit. So he was like, yeah, I'm down for some murder. I don't like the eyes. I like everything except the eyes and the nose. I'm not super hot on the nose either. When I paint it out, I'm gonna have to, but the eyes were wrong. Yeah, that's what I was thinking is kind of reptilian one side of the face and maybe even some of the shoulder. Um, put like scales over the shoulder, coming up the side of the face, like here. Like right in here, this part of the face, kind of scale it out. And this eye, kind of make it the evil eye. And this eye, make it the beautiful eye. But they're wrong. This one's too high. I got to fix that one. I'm erasing off the gesso off the canvas panel. Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that. And then I can make this eye the beautiful eye. And I'm going to make this eye the demon eye. And then the scales would come down kind of like here, around. This part over into the mouth, around the chin and down, over the shoulder. I like it. I like it. And then the neck, also kind of put some type of scale in there. I actually could have come out with the back a little bit more. Because if this is the back of her head, her back is going to kind of come out a little bit more. And then come in with a shoulder blade like that. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Some shoulder blade. Scale it in. Put scales on the face here. Got the baby hair snakes. Got the evil eye. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. I might black it out or make it glow or something. I don't know. I'll figure that one out. She looks beautiful. She looks deadly. She looks sexy. It's very pixelated. Oh my God. I don't know why the connection is so bad. There it is. I think that's a good shot. And then for the snake bodies, I need to start off with locks and transition it into scales. And then I might just black out this whole section here to frame the face really nice. Just black all that out. And maybe some around here. All right. There's our Gorgon design. Man, the reception is horrible. I am so sorry. But I think she looks a little deadly, a little sexy. And I'm just holding it up here for the thumbnail for a second. Oh, so when I go in to do the thumbnail, I've got a nice shot. And I have these just as little ovals, but it's not really a real oval. When I paint it, I'll have to kind of tighten it up a little bit. And snakes always look like they're smiling before they bite you. And I think that's a plan. I'm not going to try to paint it because the reception's too bad. And I don't want to put a full video together with a crappy picture. But I think that's a good design. I think it's a good design. Plus, I got a late start today because work kicked my butt. And so I got to work out in late. I got to eat late. I got showered late. Now I'm exhausted. But I'm super excited about this design. And I want to get to painting it. But I'm not going to be able to. But I'm looking forward to painting this already. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Figuring out how to make it nice and sexy. And then in the background, I've got to come up with a nice vignette, because if this is going to be dark, all the hair is going to be dark, framing her face. Then I need something to kind of offset that, but still make the snake heads pop. So I'll figure out something for that. Maybe some type of sunburst through the temple. Actually, yeah, if I put her in the Temple of Athena, or even put the Temple of Athena in the background or something back here, that would be cool. And then kind of just vignette it out. That might be cool. All right, quick show tonight. We got a lot done. We got 7 ideation sketches done, which are not showing very well. And I may go ahead and do 2 more of these so that I have all 3 sisters. And I've got the layouts for those done already. And then I've got the first painting ready. And this is painting number 4 of Mythology Madness. And so these 4, I'm going to finish. This one I'll paint next week. And then I'll finish these by the end of the year. And then in January, we're going to start pulling some Egyptian mythological, starting with Ra. So we're going to do Ra in January to kick off the new year. All right. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. Quick show tonight. I appreciate it. Oh, definitely Anubis. Definitely Anubis. He probably will be second. I've got a list of all those. And then after that, so just so you all know what's going on, this is going to be part of my Gods and Spirits series that I started several years ago with Greek mythology, Egyptian mythology, and then spirit animals of the Native Americans, starting with the wolf and the eagle. So definitely looking forward to that, all in anticipation of getting ready for the art show that I'm super excited that I applied for, and I'm putting out good positive vibes that I get accepted. And hopefully I can make that announcement the first week of January. And if not, then I'll just have a bunch of nice, cool paintings that I can use at the next comic conventions. Other than that, thanks a lot, everybody. I appreciate you all stopping by. And it does say I'm seeing the poor connection just keep popping up myself. So I'm not going to waste time making a video that may come out crappy. You all take it easy. Peace.